Hey, what's up, everyone? Drake back again with another edition of the Kaiju Commentary. Today we are watching Rampage. Now, when you see the Warner Brothers logo up here on your screen, that is your cue to start listening to us. So we're going to kick things off in 3, 2, 1. Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to another edition of the Kaiju Commentary. Today we are watching Rampage. Don't you ever fucking speak over my intro line again.
Hello!
Hey guys! How's it going?
I'll be very upset.
Hello!
Alex here.
That's just what I say the entire commentary is hello.
Hello!
Hello! Hello! Oh, are you still there, guys?
So when does Michael Cera come in?
Why don't you shut your mouth? So CRISPR, as I was saying before, is actually a real genetic editing technique that is actually
Were
used.
you saying that
Do you know a lot about CRISPR?
I actually do know a fair bit
What's
about
the most
CRISPR
fucked
because
up
I have
thing they've
a
done?
well, probably the most fucked up thing they've
This
ever
movie? Is this a real movie?
No, it's just, well, it is a real movie in the sense that it is a movie that actually
this
exists.
is based on true events, Alex. Didn't
It's
you
based
know?
on a true arcade game that really existed that sucked up a lot of my quarters in the 80s. So everything you just said is kind of right. If I completely change the meaning of it.
I'll base everything I know around that. Okay.
But yeah, no, that is what they actually use for like genetic editing now is CRISPR.
Crispy
So
toast.
if, in theory, if they ever wanted to make giant killer animals, that would be how they would do it. So as kind of outlandish as this movie is, I do like how they attempt to kind of ground it in some reality. And that's usually how science fiction works. They always take something that is possible or real, and then they make like a kind of a big, outlandish version of it.
Gross.
Just for nerds like you.
Well, it's like Jurassic Park. I mean, the idea of cloning at the time was science fiction, but they were getting closer to actually cloning something. Now, we don't have a park full of extinct, archosaurs, but still the idea of cloning was real. They just took it, for movie's sake to the nth degree. But the principle behind it, how the dinosaurs got there, was real, or was going to be real. So same thing here. We can now genetically edit animals now. We're not making these kinds of animals, but it's still based on something real, which I like.
I love how
Oh,
creepy
no.
this is. This opening. I wish this was its own movie because it's really creepy.
They
Cool.
did their whole own movie of just like this beginning sequence
Yeah.
Yes.
of what happened on this space station.
That'd be so funny if they did that, and then they announced they're making a sequel, and they're like, oh, it's not a sequel, you just watched a prequel to Rampage, and everyone would be like, what?
That would be a good way to announce Rampage.
Like, holy shit.
They should have done that.
I
Now
know,
that I'm
right?
thinking about it.
Yeah. It'd be a great, marketing thing. They make a movie as a marketing tool for another movie. But yeah,
Even if they made it a short movie, not like a full feature length,
it'd be sweet, like a little just indie
What
film.
happened that there's just body parts and shit flying around?
Killer rat.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people
Oh,
were...
yeah.
I forget the name of the rat. In later Rampage games, there was a giant rat. And some people were asking, is this supposed to be him? And I think they say it's a little bit of a homage to him, but it's not him because the director says if we ever do a sequel, he wants to use the rat in the movie and actually make that the official one. So this rat, I think, is supposed to be like a bit of a nod
It's like
to...
their ancestor rat.
Yeah, it's just kind of a wink to
Weird
like the
story.
giant rat that came in later games, but it's not supposed to be that rat. That rat will be used apparently.
See, she picked 3 out of what, 8, 7, however many there were. So I'm like, it just happens to be the 3 that make the 3 things. I love that you can see the rat in this movie, but I'm like, what were the other things, or is that maybe stuff?
Well, no, it's all the same stuff. It's not like, oh, one is this or one is.
duplicates?
It just depends on what animal gets a hold of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
right?
It just enhances the animal
Yeah.
itself.
Oh yeah,
It's
duh.
Yeah, yeah.
the
No,
same.
it was just they had that many
Wait,
samples.
Yeah,
Brain
these are all
fart.
the test rats that
Or this is the one that
is
got
going to eat all of them.
that made it survived, I guess, or that was allowed to probably come to term.
Man, imagine being one of those people and being like, yeah, giant rat got us.
Ain't that a
Fucking
bitch?
suck.
They're
Right?
just like ghosts in space, just like, god damn it.
So fucking rats, right?
You know what I mean.
Giant rats in space. Ain't that a bee? But yeah, no, it's the whole point is they found out that in addition to the animals growing, they became highly aggressive.
But the reason they're doing all this in space is because of things like this happening.
Yeah.
But they're going to bring the stuff back to Earth
well,
anyways.
it's also because what they're doing is highly illegal. I know
Oh,
with like
yeah.
when you're doing genetic editing, you're only allowed to let certain animals come to term to a certain point. A lot of these things don't get past the embryonic stage.
Yeah.
It's more or less kind of at a
To see if it takes then.
Yeah,
They don't want,
genetic
the
level.
slice stuff
Yeah,
happening
they're
where
looking
your
to see-
clone goes and tries to fuck both of you and kill everyone. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stop
basically.
No.
there. That
Well,
movie
in
fucked me
Splice,
up.
that is also too why they had to keep it secret
This
because
sucks.
A was part human, and anything they have been able to. Oh, sucks.
I
They
know.
have been able to splice. I like how we just glossed. We just glossed over that. That sucks. Anyway, another movie. But no, that is also why they are allowed to combine human DNA with certain animal DNA, but they cannot be allowed to come to term. They can let it grow embryonically for like a couple months
No one wants to see what
before they. Well, they're
an
not.
adult rat man is going to be like.
I know they've done it with pigs a lot, but again, it's just to study the DNA, and then they have to terminate it. They're not allowed to let it grow. So that's the reason why they're doing it in space, because they're allowing whatever this is to grow and change. So.
Do they really?
They
things.
do, actually. I've heard his story.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
arm, Jesus.
Yeah.
Middle finger goes up.
I wish I was scary so I could do that to people.
If you try hard enough, I believe in you.
I don't know. I don't think I have a high enough skill for that.
The Rock.
I'm not scary
The
enough.
Rock is just so. The Rock can be so scary and charming at the exact same time.
Why are you laughing?
Don't worry about it. We're not going to get into that. Okay? We should not get into that.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Or
We're
else
going to
could-
keep that one locked in the box up here.
That's probably for the best.
I agree. I completely agree with that statement.
I'm not even sure what it is, but
I don't know
I'm going to
either.
go ahead and just default to that because
You don't want to know.
I don't. And I'm a very curious person, but I'm going to be like, nah, I'm good.
It's a nice, wholesome monkey family here, okay?
Shut up.
Jesus, I don't even... I'm done.
And these are all performance capture artists here, and the two females are the daughters of the not George, but the other male gorilla, who was the performer who taught everyone how to do the motion capture for gorillas. So he brought his 12-year-old daughters to play the two females. So those two right there, the small one, those are like two young girls. That
That'd be
one is
hilarious.
their dad in real life, who was in.
Those are family goals right there. Get mocapped as gorillas as a
I
family.
agree.
Pavel, you need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah, The Rock could calm me down in any situation. Yeah, calm.
Before he cold cocks you in the face.
Mm.
Shut the
way
fuck
you
up!
said that. Mm.
And here we're gonna see George. George is played by Jason Lyles, who will be playing the middle head of King Ghidorah and Godzilla King of the Monsters. But he's kind of blowing up big as a performance.
The middle head.
Yeah, each one of Ghidorah is gonna have 3 different actors playing his heads, but. But it's just kind of incredible now to think these are all digital gorillas painted over,
Humans.
Yeah, and it's just amazing how realistic they look now.
Yeah, and how realistic him shitting his pants looks.
Yeah. Well, he's a method actor, so. Just so legit. Boom!
I was
That face.
just playing around.
I love how George is like a bro-ish asshole in this movie, too.
Yeah.
But it's just funny, too, because I watched a lot of the behind the scenes of this when they had just the guys in mocap. And it's funny seeing the actual actor doing all this right here. All these motions and everything. But you have to spend time with gorillas and kind of study their mannerisms and
Check your
movement.
diaper. He cried.
He cried.
I love that. He's a little punk ass bitch.
Look at that face. He's so sad.
Yeah, no, that's But yeah, the guy who plays Pablo, he does a lot of performance capture too. So usually he's brought in either to do a role or to like train another actor who's going to play it.
That'd be a fun life. I'm a professional monkey actor.
I mean, it's cool. I guess he did some mocap for, I think, for the new King Kong too. Like he does again a lot of. Just like he's just holding up his face like, look at it, look at it, you piece of shit, look at it.
Man. Sick of these young kids being around here.
Bump it.
God, look how big his hand is.
I know. No, obviously George would be on the upper end of a large silverback. He's like, yeah, this happens about once a week.
It's always him.
Submission techniques.
It's funny. They actually had a really interesting story as to why they made George white. And I always thought it was just to make it more of a novelty, to make him. I actually thought it was to differentiate him from all the other big apes we've been seeing like in movies lately. Especially since we had King Kong come out not like the year before, basically. But there'll be a scene coming up later on where I'll point out why they actually chose to make him white, and it was a complete random decision for like a logistical purpose.
Isn't the video game monkey like blue or something?
No, he's brown, just like a regular
Man.
Oh, okay.
gorilla. That's why I was like, oh, they made George. I guess just to make him more
I love how he
Different
thinks that's
than all the other
weird.
ones.
But it actually wasn't. Yeah,
It's not
initially he was
weird.
going to be brown. What's up?
No, the guy was saying it's weird. He hangs out with animals more than people. That's not weird.
No, it's not.
Animals are straightforward.
I was going to say, have you hung out with people? They suck.
Yeah, they really do.
I'd hang out with gorillas all day, too. You kidding me? They were the ones that flip me off.
I wouldn't really hang out with gorillas.
I wouldn't hang out
Cats.
with gorillas necessarily, but
Okay,
animals,
cats.
yes.
And dogs. Maybe not gorillas. Yeah, you smell like guacamole and you're making kale bread.
I know. You need to go in the right circles for that kind of stuff.
Living that Whole Foods life, son.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I like Whole Foods.
Ugh, you disgust me.
The KAIJU Commentary is not affiliated or sponsored by Whole Foods, but we'd like to be.
Hint, hint, Amazon.
Whole Foods, where you at? So I call bullshit because where are there this many wolves left in America?
I know.
Hey, alright, this is a movie based on real facts, okay?
You have better chances of getting a fucking giant German Shepherd landing in someone's backyard than you do a wolf, but... Explosion! And obviously the difference here from the game is in the game it was human beings that were turning into giant animals, and they were kind of anthropomorphic, like a lot like the Toho classic kaiju, basically on two legs and whatnot. So it's interesting, and I guess some of their version of the script where that was people were sending in that was where it was very much like that, just humans turning into animals, but they wanted to try to go more. And I'm doing air quotes here, serious. So they thought, okay, how about we just
It's easier to
enhance
come from regular animals to bigger animals. than
yeah, and I think that's what they're
humans to
thinking because then
animals.
it's like, okay, why does a human being? How is a human being gaining animal DNA inside of it to begin with, and then why is it? I mean, you could do it science fictionally, sure, but
So many layers, though.
it's just more work, and ultimately people came here to see big animals fuck
And the
shit
Rock.
up. So let's cut out some of the how it happened plot stuff and just go. You know what? He was a gorilla. Now he's a big gorilla, and go. So yeah, the scene coming up here is the reason why George went from like a normal like dark brownish or black furred gorilla to the albino. I was always surprised no one ever made a movie like giant bears. Could you imagine a King Kong-sized Kodiak
That'd
bear?
be terrifying.
It'd be scarier than a fucking gorilla. I'm sorry.
That's like what Godzilla is basically, right?
Yeah, he's basically a big scaly bear.
Yeah.
Or just make The Rock 100 meters tall. That'd be fucking scary.
Jesus.
He can look just like this. Do you have to give it teeth a club? Nope. Just make that like 100 meters. That's good. That's scary. I mean, look at that jacket. It's spray painted on.
They don't make jackets that big.
They don't make clothes that
They
big.
do.
So look at the scars on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they made him white, because when they first rendered the scene with him brown, it was very hard to see the blood.
Yeah.
So you weren't getting a sense of how injured he was. So it literally just looked like George killed a bear basically for no reason, because it just looked like George was sad. You couldn't really see the injury. You couldn't really tell that
I mean,
he was...
he kind of does just kill. Like, what?
Well, yeah, but it wasn't communicating that he's shaken up by being injured. He's basically in shock because he got hurt. But you just couldn't see the blood. It visually wasn't there because a gorilla's skin is black. So that was harder to see.
Yeah.
So then they said, well, fuck it. Let's see what it looks like as an albino gorilla. And
You'd see all the blood that ever happens
yeah,
to him.
and that's literally why. They wanted to... the injury was getting lost, they said. You just couldn't see it as
Well,
clearly.
again, it works because as we go through the movie, he gets kind of like dirtier and dirtier.
Yeah, but again, I just thought it was like, well... Hey, he's an albino gorilla. Ooh, makes him exotic. But no, literally, they were just going to make him brown or, black like a normal gorilla. And they just, because of his skin tone, you don't really, in his fur color, you don't really... He doesn't look as fucked up as he is, so when you see him at the end of the movie, he's all messed up. You just couldn't see it very well because of how dark his pigmentation was. But now that he's white, it's like every little scratch on him, you can see from a mile away. So it communicated, the level of, shit he was going through, I guess.
Yeah, that would have been great if everyone here turned into big rampage monsters.
Well, that's the thing. Theoretically, if they were exposed to it, would they just become giant, angry people?
Essentially, basically did become like the Hulk.
Yeah.
Which again, when I heard they were making a
They
ramp,
turn green.
They just...
Marvel would sue the shit out of them. But no,
Science, all right. I don't think they can.
But
fucking guy.
it's funny too because when I heard that they were making this movie that The Rock was going to be like, oh, let me guess, The Rock is going to turn to George. That was my first thought. The Rock is going to become the gorilla. So we're going to get another Easter egg here from Rampage, the game, and it's going to be the most.
He could be the wolf and she could be the lizard. They wanted to go that route.
They could. That could be Lizzie right there. That could be, they could have gone that way, and I guess there were versions of the script where it's pretty much going that way, where humans were becoming the animals. But again, I think they just wanted to just cut to the chase a bit faster without the hell. Okay, they have animal DNA and they become big. It's like whatever, just animals that become bigger animals.
That would have been interesting to have a human do it. Have it.
Well,
human.
I mean, there's going to be a sequel, so probably at this rate. So,
And then this just crosses with Marvel and it's the Hulk.
it all comes back to Marvel. Well, if Disney had their way,
Whatever.
it all come back to Marvel.
You know what I mean? The superhero thing.
Okay, see there it is, the original Rampage game behind them. So that is the literal Easter egg, the actual, fucking game in the movie. I mean, it's blurred out, but if you know recognize it, when I saw that right away.
These people are, scientists working on animal DNA shit. They probably have that game, They probably like that game.
Hey, remember here we have Joe. What's his last name?
Latriga?
Joe Manganiello.
Manganiello. Sorry, Joe, for butchering your last name.
Manganiello, something like that.
Huge D&D fan, is the creator of the clothing company Death Saves, which is like a D&D apparel company. And apparently the real reason why he took the gig is because the director is a big D&D fan and wanted to talk to him about D&D. So here, come down to Georgia. We're shooting Rampage, do a part in the movie, and we'll talk about Dungeons and Dragons. That's one of the reasons why he doesn't have a huge role in this movie. It was meant to just kind of come hang out and go over D&D stuff with the director, so kind of give him a cool.
He plays Arkin the Cruel in Critical Role.
Yep, and as well as his own campaign. But yeah, huge D&D guy. Been pushing Dungeons and Dragons in the mainstream a lot lately, mainly for his brand, but really just trying to bring it to the forefront. So it's cool that he's in this, and
he's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy. I dig him. He's doing a lot for.
He's alright.
Hey, I like him. He's doing a lot for kind of nerd culture, and the fact that he's like a studly action guy.
Yeah,
I think
he's
is
a big sexy hunk guy.
He doesn't have
D&D.
the fact that he's basically saying, you know what, I like this shit and I'm okay with this shit and I'm not apologizing. But it basically shows, yeah, anyone could like nerd stuff. I mean, this is based off a fucking arcade game, man. Like,
Ew.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Who drinks old ass coffee?
I don't know. I definitely want.
wow.
I don't know why you would ever have some left over to drink.
Damn.
There's cream in there.
There's some
that's
shade
disgusting.
being thrown in before that. Like, who the fuck drinks old ass coffee?
Dude,
Because
really?
you should drink it all the first time.
Brad Payton, I should point out, is the director of this film. He also worked with The Rock when he directed San Andreas. And we had joked, too, when we saw the trailer for San Andreas, and we said, kaiju movies are basically disaster movies. You take any disaster movie and then CGI and a kaiju in the scene, and it looks fine. And one of the examples we did was like San Andreas. Like, look at San Andreas. It's a big disaster movie. It was about the big earthquake in California that's supposed to come.
I don't know.
Yeah, but basically you just see L.A. buildings crumbling, and I was just, we example was like, oh yeah, just throwing a CGI monster there, and that's a kaiju movie. And then we found out that he was doing San Andreas, and we're like, oh, or Rampage. Like, so basically, San Andreas now with a kaiju in the frame instead, and if there's your kaiju movie. And we said that kind of tongue in cheek because essentially, kaiju are, they're living, walking natural disasters.
Bum, 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 bum.
Scene makes me think of Predator just a little bit. Casper, Wyoming.
Thank you for reading that.
You're welcome. Listen, I don't know if you know how to read. I'm not going to make assumptions. I don't do that.
It's big of you.
I'm proud of you.
I'm a pretty big guy. What can I say?
I just can't. Every time I look at his face, I think of him in How I Met Your Mother. It just ruins it.
He was in that?
Yeah.
I haven't ever watched that show.
I've seen a couple episodes. Never saw.
He's in a few. He's in a few. I don't want to ruin it for you. You're probably never going to watch it anyways.
I will never probably watch
Yeah.
it. But I heard it was a good show.
It's decent.
I hope he I know they're making a D&D movie. I hope he gets in it because for as much love and
I
attention
know.
he's bringing to D&D, God,
He better be.
give that guy a role, man.
You just hurt my brain with all that.
Again, though, I gotta say, out of all the animals that could have come in contact at the zoo, I know a gorilla on the surface sounds scary.
It's the nicest one.
Yeah, well,
Compared
again,
to like an alligator.
well, imagine if I got into the bear enclosure.
I was going to
That
say,
alone.
they're highly intelligent, so they can...
Yeah, it's nice that they showed him like being very intelligent before all this
Yeah.
happened.
I mean, just imagine a grizzly bear getting the size that.
Yeah.
And he's a friendly gorilla. If it was like a dit gorilla, it'd still be
If it was,
fucking
what was his
scary
name,
as shit.
Pavo?
Paco?
If it was Pavo.
Yeah.
Pavo would be like, haha, I'm going to get you guys now.
Yeah, I'm the big one now.
big."
Well, it's funny too because they even said that George is kind of the hero monster, so they had to keep him looking more normal. So he was exposed to less of the substance. That's why he basically just becomes an enlarged gorilla. Whereas you look at like
I was going to say, the other two get, like, mutated.
yeah, like Ralph and Lizzie, they basically get like the full dose. They take all because George kind of looked at it, got sprayed, and it kind of backed off. Whereas the other ones were just
They ate it. One of them ate it.
yeah, they were exposed to it. So their bodies they didn't just get larger. They developed new attributes. Whereas again, George is just a giant, literally just a giant gorilla. That gorilla in the background on the wall is kind of creepy. See if you see it again. Wait for it.
What?
The one of the painted behind him. See on the wall.
Gorilla?
Yeah. Look at the girl on the
It's
wall
cute.
behind.
It's like a children's painting. What do you mean creepy?
He's like, you can't see me. You can't see me if I don't
he looks
move.
happy, like you want to hug that guy.
Go for it.
Why are we talking about that gorilla? In the
I'm just saying, it struck me as a little unsettling. That's all.
Yeah, I noticed it too, but I was trying to ignore it because it's a little. Scary.
It's like a kid friendly.
It looks
There's
like it's
nothing
like
creepy
death
about
glaring.
I know, like, look at his eyes, that
What's wrong with
bloodshot,
both
like.
of you?
The gorilla looks he's strung out. Is what I'm saying.
He's a junkie.
It looks like if you don't give him a hit, he's gonna like strangle you. So again,
How did she figure out about them having the gorilla, going through this problem?
well, because she worked on this project and she's familiar with basically the side effects of an animal that is growing. Its metabolism is changing too. So again, it talks a lot about, again, as kind of outlandish as this movie is. Again, if it was happening, a lot of some of the symptoms you're seeing are actually accurate. Like the fact that George is always hungry, he's grown, which means his metabolism is increasing rapidly for him to be gaining that kind of mass. So he's going to be hungry all the time. And animals, when they get really hungry, they tend to get more aggressive. So. Eventually, yes, they do.
Oh, poor George.
And apparently that was one of the reasons why they even wanted the monsters to look kind of more mutated, because when they talked to scientists, they said, yeah, it's not like the R&D, they're basically telling, it's not like you see in the movies where you can perfectly design an animal. And it's like if you start introducing different genetic components, you don't really know how they're going to manifest. It's not like, okay, I want it to have these horns, these eyes, these claws, this tail.
There's a code for that, but no.
Yeah, you basically you put it all in, and it's essentially you stir it up, and then you see how it comes out. But there's no way to guarantee like a specific look. It's just going to be kind of like, okay, well, it's going to have attributes of all these different animals. How that's going to manifest physically, we don't really know. So that's what they're saying. It's like, yeah, it's kind of just it could be literally a recipe for a disaster, because you literally don't know. Because in addition to changing the physical appearance of the animal, you're also introducing new behaviors, new sets of instincts, and you don't know how they're going to jive with each other too.
Yeah,
That's
he
why
was such a nice monkey. Now look at him.
Glass? What's that?
There was metal bars in between that glass too.
That poppers.
He was so confused.
And that's kind of the sad thing too, because he is more self-aware.
Yeah.
It's even more frightening for him, because it's more like, what the fuck, you know what I mean?
He's never seen all these people or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or like these cars.
And primates are actually very skittish. I know a lot of people think that, gorillas are these big tough, and gorillas are very shy and very reclusive, and they don't like a lot of attention. So to suddenly be bombarded by all of this would be very frustrating and nerve-wracking for him.
Wouldn't they have to have trank guns?
I mean, look at that gorilla.
Well,
zoo.
not the cops.
Well, I mean the zoo though. Shouldn't they have people with trank guns coming out, if anything?
Well, he kind
This
of.
all happened fast.
Yeah.
True.
It's not like he just,
But they should
I don't
also
think
have
they're
them
very. I don't
somewhere.
think they're used to a gorilla breaking through every single wall in the building.
Not to mention a gorilla this big.
Well, someone was prepared at least. Of course, it just makes them more angry, but that's besides the point.
Also, too, a lot of people don't necessarily realize when it comes to tranking an animal, you have to get the right dose, because not enough and it just doesn't do anything. Too much, you can actually kill them. Because essentially what a trank does, it's like a muscle relaxant. It's slowing everything down. If you give an animal too much, it'll just stop the heart, and you'll just, shut everything down. So basically, you just gotta, slow it down without stopping it, and
But with what's in him, it probably wouldn't do that. Probably wouldn't stop his heart because he's just growing rapidly.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why they're going to even say, they have to constantly keep him sedated because the dose they give him is constantly not enough. So he has basically has to be on a drip because that way at no point is it just is he not being sedated because it's constantly, he's becoming a bigger. Oh, look, you sure it's a wolf? It's fast. Yeah, the fact that it's the size of a fucking dinosaur, not that.
Thing you're saying?
It's fast. That's what's weird about the wolf here.
It's so big.
Not the fact that it's the size of 6 Buicks.
Also, it's got spines all over it.
And I love how they're calling the Project Rampage. Again, the joke is that this is the best video game movie ever made. Because normally, video game movies are, traditionally not very good. Even though the irony is, it doesn't really deserve that title, considering how technically it might be one of the worst video game movies ever made. Because it essentially abandons the game in every respect, almost.
Yeah, but
it keeps some of the very base visuals, that's it.
But for a game like Rampage, it's almost like, if you would have done a direct translation of the game, it would have been more of a comedy, first of all.
It would have been dumb.
Well, I mean, it could have been a fun comedy kaiju film. But that's more what it would have been. If you're going for more straightforward, you really can't do the game directly. So it kind of depends on the tone.
God, all these people have targets on the back of their heads. I don't like that. I'd be like, no thank you, and rip it off.
Yeah, I'd see that, and I'm like, bye,
I'm done.
Toodles, I'm out.
Did you guys ever watch True Blood?
I know he was in it.
Yeah, he's a werewolf.
Oh, the irony.
He's chasing the wolf.
So then he would have played Ralph if they would have gone there. So The Rock would have been George, he would have been Ralph.
Yeah.
I love this bit here. This is the part of the movie where I'm like, what was the rating of this movie again?
I know, right? This whole movie, I was like, it's pushing the line for PG-13.
Yeah, it really did, which was a very pleasant surprise for me.
Yeah. I just remember there was a couple times in the theaters I was like, is this rated PG-13?
Yeah, because I just assume now, but I never hey.
That's a big wolf.
I like how he's just eating on the go.
I know, right?
He's on the move. He's got places to go,
food.
things to
Grabbing
do.
some fast food.
Yeah, he's picking up a nice human wrap.
His face, so.
And that would have been when I'm like, okay.
Now I don't know if this was on purpose, but one of the things I noticed, and a lot of other kaiju fans said online too, when they saw that George could sprout the
wings.
membrane, he looks like a kaiju named Varan or Varan, I never want to say his name, who's essentially a giant flying squirrel lizard thing from Toho. He's only in one movie, but when he flies, that's what he looks like. So right when we saw that, we're like, is this an homage to?
Well, he just looks like a flying squirrel too. I mean,
yeah,
little weird wingsuits.
Here, I'll show you, Alex, a picture of him, so you'll see what I was saying. Because when I first saw him, I was like, holy shit, is that supposed to be Varan? And it was like,
but furry and spiny.
I think that first shot he did where he thought he downed him is making him a little overconfident here. I'd be getting the hell out after this right here.
Yeah. It wouldn't have taken me that long for that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you
with
see
all
it?
The spines and
it feels like the mutated attributes they decide to give him feel very much inspired by, If you just basically get rid of the fur, he basically looks like that. I love this bit.
Oh, God.
That is awesome.
That face.
The
first time you actually get to see it.
Just pure nightmare fuel coming right
at you. He just
you.
grabs one guy and jumps away.
He was getting the tasty insides.
the sweet helicopter meat.
I would just climb in a tree and hope it wouldn't find me.
I just like his face. He just literally...
It's a big wolf. I think it could smell you.
Listen, maybe you get lucky.
I would go find a...
It's too late though.
Okay.
Poor Joe.
I do like how they have this this big name actor, and he just dies instantly.
I was surprised by that, and then I found out.
I thought he was gonna be in the movie the whole time.
Yeah, and then he found out. He was
wish, because he sure is good to look at.
Oh, yeah, you ain't lying. But no, it's like, well, again, you find out he was basically invited down by directors just to kind of talk about Dungeons and Dragons. So I was like, yeah, I'll give you a quick part. Let's just hang out and talk about D&D shit.
That's pretty cool. That landed him a movie role.
Yeah.
But he was good for that part.
Oh, he was. Well, he even made the joke, too, like, why are you here doing this part? He's like, well, I played Rampage as a kid, and I lost a lot of quarters to that arcade game, so I'm here to make some of it back. And I can sympathize because, holy shit, I played video games, but I wasn't good at them, so a lot of quarters. A lot of quarters. I would always go running back to my dad.
You mean still am not?
Yeah. Well, I'm still not, but back then I actually played them. And I would always go running back because they always had these things at like bars or pizzerias. I'm like, Dad, I got more quarters. I just gave you like 4 quarters. I know I died. And my dad would basically tell me I'd suck too.
Isn't much.
Back then it was.
Well, that was 4 games. That's it.
Yeah, but I would die a lot. So the 4 games didn't last me very long. That was like 10 minutes. And after a while, I just had to like stop and watch people play Rampage.
I mean, it's like when you were playing the old arcade fighting games. You're just there for one life to play the guy next to you, and then you gotta pay another fucking quarter.
Yep.
What is that?
Oh, the good old days, folks. Not really, but that's how we live, damn it.
I love that. She's just like, God damn it, you two.
The comedian.
Yep. Most people know him now as Negan from The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I don't really.
It's just gonna be the comedian for me.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I forgot.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's where I'd first seen this actor as a comedian. I mean, he's good in this, even though a lot of. I mean, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched The Walking Dead since like I think season 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it when he was in it, but I know.
I
that
recognize him now that you said that. But yeah, because I was just like, I know he looks familiar.
He was on
can't
all the
think of
promotional
what.
stuff, but I know people said he was great in it. But people said he basically, personality-wise, that he's basically playing Negan in this, that kind of very dapper, suave, like
overconfident.
Yeah, he's being an asshole to your face, but you can't help but love him still because he's just so slick as shit as he's doing it, and it's like, you motherfucker, god damn it, I love you right now, even though I know you're just.
What's that smile, man?
Yeah, it's great.
It catches you. It just brings you in. Makes you wanna.
Look at him.
Stop there.
The glasses, like look at him. I hate this guy.
He's just got swagger.
Could be nothing but your mom jokes coming out of his mouth right now. I'll be like, oh, keep going.
Oh, you.
Look at him. Look at him.
Redacted.
Say redacted again. Task Force. Fuck. Except for The Rock. The Rock is not charmed. Yeah, so they basically have to keep him. But you see, again,
so good.
I know. But see, I love the fact that they bother explaining all this because I'm like the science nerd. So when I'm watching a movie, even though I accept movies for what they are, but I'm still the guy in my head going, yeah, but what about this? But yeah, realistically, what about this?
It's fun to get you triggered on science stuff.
Yeah. So the fact that the fact that she was Ralph, the fact that she was basically doing what I would do in the theater. Firing off all the questions. Yeah, but how are you going to
think about this?
And he's like, yep. We covered it. We made a movie about kaiju as realistic as we possibly could.
I mean, yeah, they're trying for it. I applaud that.
Which I give credit for. Like people, and I know some people said, "Oh, this is a really dumb movie." I'm like, this movie is actually a lot smarter than I would say most kaiju films are because they bother to kind of explain theoretically how some of this shit would work. It's a stretch for a lot of this.
I mean, it's still a kaiju movie.
Yeah, at some point, it's just going to get to the point where, like, all right, now we're in the realm of, like, this shit does not happen. But as the animals are progressing, it's kind
of okay that they get
they're
spines
explaining
that they shoot at you.
Again, the animal probably would not develop a superpower like that, but it's more or less that they explain that it would develop something that you would not be able to predict. The wolf has spines, not because they designed it to have spines, but because it was the freak random, genetic mutation that just developed based on all the crap that's in its system now.
There's a little bit of porcupine in there.
I mean, they don't know what it could have been. You could have a fucking rhinoceros beetle horn growing out of his ass. Which, realistically, that was what these animals would probably look like. These horribly deformed creatures in constant pain.
You don't even know what they are.
Yeah, just hoping that they just die,
They're just screeching in pain.
Exactly. But in a movie, giant super monsters. But still the idea of that we ourselves would not know what would happen with these animals until, it happened. So again, for an outlandish movie with an outlandish plot, it's kind of neat that they, where they could get it correct,
they tried.
They did. And they succeeded, because if this was happening, this would be what they would have to do. So I don't know. I dig it. So I don't think it's a dumb movie at all. The actress right here, by the way, is Naomi Harris, who's an English actress. So she's actually doing a very good job of doing an American accent. No, I'm just saying, sometimes I can tell. I'm like, that's not your American accent.
Yeah, the fake American accents are great.
I mean, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're obvious, but, I mean, I didn't know it was real until I saw, like, the behind-the-scenes stuff with her, and she was talking, and I was like, oh, wow, good job.
This fucking guy with this fucking Pop-Tart.
Yeah, he's got like 18 suits on the wall, and
Yeah.
Apparently he kept making her laugh because, like, he would ad-lib a lot of stuff, and they would have to cut it. Like, when he was talking when he's going to get rich, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to be able to finally change my name to Brad, I'm going to drive this. And he kept going on, just listing shit off, and she would just crack up and lose it. So they would always have to cut the scene. And that actor is played by Jake Lacey.
fucking Pete.
And his sister is Malene Ackerman.
What's she from? She's from a big TV show, right?
She looks familiar.
It's
I
like
don't
Scrubs or House or...
Let me look it
I'm
up.
thinking medical. I don't know
Oh,
why.
wow. She was in Watchmen. She played,
she's the daughter of... Or the
the girl that,
who dates the blue man.
I haven't seen
Right?
Watchmen, so I don't know.
Yeah, that
That's
she
her.
ends up hooking up with, like, the bird guy or whatever it is.
Bird guy?
Well, yeah, but she's the brunette superhero, like the yellow and brown suit.
Yellow and black suit?
Yeah, that's her.
She's the one who's with the blue man, Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, that's her.
Birdman.
Whatever, but yeah, no, she's there. So look at
Doesn't
that.
matter.
Get some, yeah.
Wait, what? She's from some... What else is she from? Do you still have that up? I need to know.
Let me pull up her IMDb.
Yeah, you were just there. It's not a stretch.
She just plays a really good bitch.
Yeah,
Like,
she is
she good.
bitch. What a good bitch.
Dude,
Wow.
being a
Sorry.
bitch ain't easy. She makes it look so good, natural. That's all I'm saying.
Well, she's a good actress.
I know.
What? She's a robot chicken? What the hell?
Rock of Ages, Wanderlust. Oh, damn, there we go. Here's Ralph. Getting a little bit bigger.
Yeah, his face.
It looks like a skull. It's kind of badass.
It does look cool, but he almost looks like weird and bat-like now. I
Well-
kind of wish they left him furry instead of like.
No, I kind of like it.
Well, like, I
It's
like they're
kinda
making him more of a
sunken.
monster.
It definitely
It's
looks
a little sunken in and
creepier,
stuff.
yeah. And Lizzie's just ridiculous.
Well, Lizzie... Okay, here's the thing. In terms of kaiju movies... And again, this is up to opinion, and so
Yeah.
I know people are going to different opinion, but one of the things we had talked about initially in the very first kaiju cataclysm we did was, okay, I kind of feel there's like a bit of a size range for it to be finally considered a kaiju, and I always use like the original Godzilla, the 50-meter one. That's kind of like, okay, it's got to be at least like 50 meters. Technically,
Spider sense.
Technically,
if I really had to say it, like, Lizzie's probably the only one that really qualifies as a kaiju.
I mean, what does kaiju mean again?
Well, yeah, you're right. Okay,
Big monster.
Yeah,
Big
and it's
monster,
true,
right?
but to me, it's like,
Whatever.
all right, like, then why is the T-Rex at the end of the Lost World Jurassic Park not a kaiju movie? Because I'm like, he's
It's
big,
a
but he's
T-Rex.
not
It's based off of
big.
like a real thing.
Well, so are these, but I kind of feel like
Oh yeah, but they're not. I don't know.
George just doesn't get really big enough, in my opinion. For Ralph is bigger, but ultimately, I feel like Lizzie is full-on kaiju. All of them together, it works. And I mean, I consider this movie a kaiju movie, obviously. But if it was, but I think if you really want to get technical in terms of size, Lizzie is straight up kaiju. She is more.
Yeah.
She's big enough. She'd be on the smaller end still, but she's okay. She's there. Ralph, I would say, is a little debatable, but all right, he does enough damage. He's big enough. All right, fine. If this movie was just George on his own, I wouldn't think George is big enough. But all of them together being big
think I
and the
said
kind of damage they
Tyson
do,
the whole
yeah. So this is definitely and you have The Rock, who is the biggest kaiju of all. But this is god. This is very much a kaiju flick. But I'm just saying, in terms of like size,
Well, George isn't even as big as
No.
that, obviously.
well, no, I think Ralph and George, you could have that debate, but Lizzie for sure qualifies size. But again, that's just my opinion. Technically, the word kaiju means large, strange beast, and these guys are large and they're
They're
definitely
pretty strange.
So
I'm
yeah,
saying, like T-Rex is kind of like an animal. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't consider that
because it's natural. It's
Yeah.
not unnatural. I think.
It's the unnatural is a big part of it. I feel like, and these guys are unnatural. To
Yeah.
me, they're kaiju. All right.
Oh no, they're kaiju. I'm not disputing it. I'm just saying, if this movie just had George in it, I'd be like, it's basically a King Kong movie.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Okay.
But
That would have hurt.
But with Ralph and Lizzie, especially Lizzie, it definitely, seals the deal for me.
Oh,
Because ultimately, Ralph and Lizzie are the ones that feel more like kaiju in the sense of what they do and the threat.
Yeah.
George, he's a problem now, but ultimately he's
just
going to
on
become a
some-
hero,
He got a big one-up mushroom.
yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
He got that red mushroom, man, and he just,
Oh man, you can really see the bullet holes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I
Oh,
mean. Like,
look at
he
that
got-
arm.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You wouldn't see any of that if he was the color of a normal gorilla. So it definitely works making him an albino.
Oh, and it just makes him stand out a little more anyways, too, so.
I mean, it could be something that maybe you could say happened to him when he started to mutate. That could be like his weird
I just
mutation.
want to see the situation where they put a zip tie on the rock. And he's like, "Yeah, this is gonna hold me." Yeah, good job, guys.
You need that fucking chain to hold the rock.
What it is.
Like at least handcuffs, man.
I don't remember how exactly it is, but I know there's a way to, like, guarantee break them if you're ever kidnapped. Like, I remember seeing it on the internet one time. Like, there's a certain thing you can do where they can snap.
Yeah, he just like
Ooh.
flexes his arms.
Yeah, so The Rock obviously is a whole nother caliber of person capable of just, flexing and...
That's gonna be the name. That's gonna be the Rock's biography. Dwayne Johnson, a whole nother caliber of person. Dwayne, if you're listening to this, you can have that, bro.
He's basically
That is
a
yours.
superhero. Like,
Yeah, he is.
Is he like a kaiju of a normal person?
Basically.
Yes.
What do you think I was doing?
You mean I want
What,
to
you mean
fly?
I
like-
shouldn't have let go right now? You have a parachute in your back. Calm down.
You gotta watch out too. It's like breaking your neck from that.
Yeah.
And that's what they say. It's not good to pull the ripcord if you're descending too fast because that's the snap.
Yeah.
You gotta flap the arms. I'm telling you all, flap
Well,
the
that's one of the
arms.
reasons why they always have to stretch out because you want to slow your descent. I mean, damn! Look at you. Shit.
It's like, why do I have to save your ass?
Now, just imagine if they had like spikes and shit growing out of him too, right here. How fucking
Yeah.
terrifying that'd be.
He'd be the most terrifying with spikes.
Or you get, like, fucking warthog tusks or something.
Yes.
That would have been cool.
I wish they did something a little bit like that. Something it wouldn't. Like not
Just
monsterify
imagine
him too
waking
much.
up to that, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, holy balls.
I'd be like, can you knock me back out, please?
I know.
Yeah, give him like orc tusk. I think that would have looked cool on George.
Yeah.
It's not too.
Maybe a little bit of spikes on his shoulders or something. Or spine.
Again, big orc tusk coming out of him. That would look badass.
Maybe like some Wolverine claws. You know,
Jesus.
maybe like a set of wings made out of bones. You know?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe a little couple
Little
Satan horns.
little Saint horn. Yeah.
Maybe a little tail
Yeah.
made out of like a little snake.
Just turn him
With
into
a little
a.
face on the end.
Jesus.
You can keep going.
Yeah, please do.
No, I'm done.
And I love for him that how it'd be sad that he basically had to watch his friend die. Well, so he thinks, but
But we both know that ain't killing that big beast.
Yeah.
well, that's the other thing too.
The Rock would have been fine too.
Yeah, The Rock is just being humble.
Yeah.
You're like, okay,
I'll
guys.
pretend to be scared because this
He just had
lady's
to save
scared.
Russell, otherwise he would have just gone down too.
Let me put my parachute on because I don't want to die from the impact, right? Wink, wink. That's the other thing too. They're not just big; they're like indestructible. That's where it gets very kaiju. Is like, okay, the fact that they're resilient to like normal
Bullets.
means. Well, yeah, like normal means to kill
He got
something don't work,
smashed by a forklift.
and like literally backhand that shit off of him.
Clean this up.
By the way, can we talk about how big The Rock's tricep looks in that shot?
Yeah.
Can we get that wide shot again?
Is that
It's
that
the
what you want to talk about?
back of the bicep, the back of the arm, back of the upper arm. Yeah, I want to talk about that because holy shit, that thing is like my waist.
Don't say Grandpappy. This is true though.
Again, that test rat. I keep wondering, is that going to be the rat?
I love how he's always eating. It probably
always
is the rat
trash.
because they save him at the end. Spoilers, but
Yeah, well, I think that's why the director said he wants to have the rat. In the next one, and like they keep showing fucking
But
rats.
think about how many rats are on the world. It could be any rat.
Well, yeah, but I get this. See, I get the sense that these animals were made by accident. I get the sense that the ones in the next movie they're gonna be made on purpose.
yeah.
Like someone's going to be like a. Yeah, Larry is the name of the rat.
Larry.
So yeah, I keep wondering every time we see a rat, like it's gonna be you. It's gonna be you. But yeah, I get the sense that the next movie, yeah, these animals are gonna be made on purpose. Like someone's gonna be like, hey, yeah, it's dangerous, but man, imagine what great weapons they would make. And then here we go, we're now combining
No, I'm
DNA with
imagining
like.
Pete over there with the rat, the saddle on it, and he's on the back of it.
And again, I know that the later games included all. There was one game that had like 20 different monsters in it. You can still be the classic 3, but later on they added like all kinds of other ones.
Yeah, I didn't play any of those. I only played the original Nintendo one.
I mean, yeah, like I don't know. I think the first one might would have been. I don't know if it came out on Atari. I know the original was just on the arcade cabinet. I think the first console that came out though was would have been Nintendo.
Nintendo or Super Nintendo?
It would have been the first one would have been Nintendo because Rampage came out in the 80s. Nintendo didn't come out till like Super Nintendo came out. I think it was like what 91, 92 it came out. And I remember the console release didn't have.
It was just bullets that just hit him but didn't go through.
Yeah, funny that when
He's
it
the
came out on
Rock.
console, it didn't have Ralph in it because
Still
you could only do
touch the
2-player.
Rock.
So Ralph was only in the arcade.
Two different conversations going on right
What?
now.
Yeah, no.
I don't think anyone was listening to anyone.
I
I was partially
mesmerized
listening
by-
to both of you.
Look at those neck muscles.
Just traps. So I never skipped trap day, man. Traps look good, man.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, the original game came out in Jesus Christ. Yeah, the original game came out in 1986. So honestly, Atari would have been the console, but I don't know if
I don't
actually.
think it was on that console.
I don't think so.
'Cause I remember that really basic one I played on like Nintendo or Super Nintendo. I feel like that was like the first one to hit.
Oh, I mean, no, it's saying it came out on the Atari.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, poor George. Dun backstory.
That was the last thing they ever did.
I know some people said they thought this was dumb. Like, oh, we don't want any back. Just show us mindless monster action. Yet whenever movies
This
just
movie
go,
is trying to like be,
I know, a fucking
grounded.
movie. But again,
Yeah,
the funny
real.
thing is when people, whenever they get a mindless action movie, people complain that it's just a big dumb action movie and there's no like story.
It's just Michael Bay explosion.
Yeah, and then when you try to incorporate a story,
Hey.
then they complain.
People can't be like They just can't be happy.
Well, no,
No
because
matter what.
we live in an era where people just they don't really like movies. People just want to be cynical. Like, oh, this movie's just a big dumb thing. So what? It's a fun movie. Like, and then people look back at a lot of the movies, for instance, like the '80s, that people go back and revere.
Oh my gosh!
And they'll and a lot of these movies, for instance, like in a movie, for instance, that people go back and scream classic. You look at something like like Gremlins. I like Gremlins. I agree it's a classic film. It's not a super highbrow, intelligent movie, and if that movie came out today, people would be talking about how fucking dumb it is, the rules, and how not to feed him. They'd be going to how stupid it is. But because it came out in 1980-something, it's a fucking classic. If this movie came out in 1985, this movie would be considered like a nerd classic, and everyone would love it. But it's almost
now
like
everything's just
flooded. If it doesn't have nostalgia over it, with nostalgia, people overlook the shit that they would give a movie today shit for. I mean, this movie is a big, dumb, cool monster movie. How much more 80s do you want to get than that? And yet people give it shit for that. But if this movie had came out in the 80s and made a bunch of guys in suits or in stop motion, oh my god, remember that amazing movie Rampage in the 80s? How amazing that movie was. You know what I mean? So it just feels like people nowadays, they go into a movie ready to tear it apart. I'm like, just fucking shove popcorn down your mouth and just watch the damn movie. Not every movie needs to be Citizen Kane, folks, okay? Not every movie... again, it's Rampage. It's a movie about giant fucking monsters wrecking shit. Have fun, man. Like, if you felt that this movie was illogical or dumb and you were expecting something else, like, you're an idiot. You just... I don't know. People were complaining about this movie. I had a blast with this movie. This movie
a
was
fun movie.
This movie was
this movie.
This movie was everything I wanted out of a movie based off Rampage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what
I'm
I
just
tell.
happy the Rock's in it.
Yeah,
really.
it's a fun movie, man. I like serious movies. I watch independent. Hell, people, I watch silent movies. I watch silent German expressionistic films. But when I'm in the mood to watch Rampage, I'm not in the mood to watch those movies. And I love having different kinds of movies for different moods. Because I'm not always in the mood to watch one kind of movie.
I love this shit right here.
Yeah, I do too.
This whole task force, like...
Black Dog 6 actual... I can't even say the names.
Again, all this shit it's fucking cool, people. It's fucking cool. Like, it's fun.
I wish George could ride Ralph. Like,
I mean, Ralph is, when you see them together in a wide shot later on, he probably could, because Ralph is considerably larger than George.
Right there, they were about the same.
Yeah, and I think they're still growing.
yeah.
It's just funny, in a movie like this, the gorilla is the smaller, weaker one. Usually in like monsters, the gorilla's the big, tough one, and I think it's funny that, no, George is the weaker one. He's the one who's kind of submissive to the other two, because they're large, especially Lizzie. Lizzie's a fucking monster, but...
I love how serious all these people are. Look at that guy's face.
I know.
He's here to fuck.
He's here to fuck.
I mean, he's here to kill animals.
Whoa!
That's not the look I got!
He's here to fuck. Damn, look how serious these guys are. I guess so. Serious about fucking. Sir, there's a giant monster attacking Chicago.
You
I
know
don't
what
care.
I meant when
I
I
came
said
here to
that.
fuck.
All right, come on.
He's here to fuck.
He must be
man.
serious about fucking if he's thinking about doing that, considering what's going on in the room right now.
That dude fucks.
Who here wants to suck my dick? Sir?
I'm
Open your
being
mouth,
serious.
private.
Does his face not say I'm being serious?
Oh my goodness.
Good times, folks.
But just his whole persona, it's like he does this every day. You could tell.
And that's a dirty letter he's writing to him because he's ready to fuck.
Yeah.
It says, meet me in the supply closet.
None of these people
wait,
are actually work here. They're just his little boys.
Oh,
This is an
no.
elaborate
All right, we should stop this now.
elaborate roleplay.
This is all part of it.
There's only like 5 people here who
They're going to
actually
get
do
your
work.
outfits.
I know.
Hold fire till playtime.
Did you see that face? The Rock knows what's coming. The Rock can
Yeah, he
smell what's
does.
cooking.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness. I'm done.
I don't know. Again, when people say, "Oh, that's not realistic," the way the cartoon character general who's like, I'm like, oh my god,
Peppers.
cliche all the way. You're 100% right, and I love this movie for it. This movie gave me exactly what I paid for. I'm glad. I'm glad that I didn't get some dark, introspective mood
I
piece
don't
about
know
the human condition.
directions.
It's about monsters, folks.
It's not working.
We don't want to be part of your sexcapade.
Guys, The outfits look cute. I get it. I'm not putting it on. I'm not putting the hat on, man.
That's what I'm into.
Oh, God. Ouch. I love how The Rock is so strong that he didn't hit him. He didn't smack him. He just put his hand into his body. And that, like, drove him into a wall.
Yeah, but they're made of
I
rocks.
love that.
Sleepy time.
It's funny. They did a body muscle comparison with The Rock to the Hathor, the guy who plays the Mountain in Game of Thrones. And the difference in size between the two is basically The Rock is to Hathor what a normal person is to The Rock.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much bigger Hathor is. Like, you put The Rock next to him.
He's also, like, one of the world's strongest.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, it's just to give a sense how big and strong that guy is. The Rock looks like a normal person.
Yeah.
Compared to him.
Yeah, like, if Hathor was the size of The Rock in real life, then The Rock would be like a 5'8" guy.
He would be made of steel.
I'm pretty sure Hathor is made of steel. I'm pretty sure, like, Hathor is made of, like, fucking
I feel like he's
adamant.
made of tree trunks.
He's made
Titanium
from he's
tree
made
trunks.
from like stone from the earth. He's just like a rock elemental. They just took on
the
human form
for us, just
Yeah.
not to scare us.
Yeah, exactly. Just look like this guy talks. Look at that lean. He's doing like, I don't know about this shit. Yes.
I'm listening.
I'm listening, but you're saying some weird shit. I'm just going to lean away just ever so slightly.
But I have a set right here.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
That smooth molasses.
I just want to hear him talk about like crawdad fishing,
Jesus.
gator farming. I don't know. Just all these words that would normally piss me off hearing coming out of another human being's mouth. But his, with that accent, I'm like,
silky smooth.
He makes it work.
Tell me more about them crawdads.
I could listen to you talk about crawdads all night.
Tell me more about them there gators. In the bayou. How you like to swim in that cement pond.
Oh.
Wait, I didn't hear it and don't repeat it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I heard it.
I'll
too.
take your word for it.
That's not. I would not like that.
Someone made a joke because apparently in San Andreas he played a helicopter pilot, like a search and rescue helicopter. So we were wondering, oh, it's like a weird prequel. Or was San Andreas like a weird prequel to this movie?
The Rock?
Yeah, when he did.
Wait, him and the Joe were in that? And the Joe?
No, Brad Payton, the guy who directed
And
this
the
movie,
Joe.
they did San Andreas before.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought
then
you were
The
saying
Rock played a
before Joe
helicopter
was
pilot
in
in that
there.
movie.
Okay.
So that's my thing.
The Joe.
If George survived a plane crash,
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's gonna work, guys. Like, don't you guys have like drones? Isn't this why we have drones now? So we don't have to do this.
Hey, who wants to go fight a giant monkey and a wolf? No one? You're going anyways.
I'm just kind of like, isn't that why we develop like these killer robots, just so we don't have to die anymore?
Are you trying to
Calling the
talk to it?
Jaegers.
It's so creepy seeing like the night vision goggles
I
too. It
know.
almost makes it scarier.
That guy doesn't even seem phased.
He's just ready to fuck, man.
Yeah. He's here to
He has
fuck.
poker face.
That's all he's got on the mind.
I think he looks a little phased there. Okay.
It's because he's gonna have to push back his sexcapade.
I would
I don't
understand
think
that.
he
started
sends the soldiers, or he doesn't send the sexcapade people in to fight, okay?
Maybe that's what gets him hot.
The survivors
The
that are
survivors
worthy
get
of
to
a.
fuck.
Jesus Christ.
No, we're
Poor
keeping
guy.
this going, right?
I'll be done. I'm done.
Let it die, folks. Let it die.
Oh man.
See, I would have just started evacuating people anyway, because if by some chance you
Bail.
Yeah, it's like, oh, by the way, the fuck soldier that we keep talking about is
he's a captain.
Demetrius Gross, who plays Colonial Blake.
He's Captain Fuck. Okay.
Colonial. Fuck.
Colonial Fuck.
You mean Colonel?
No, Colonial.
Colonial? Is that a real position?
Really?
I thought that was just like a breakfast.
I don't know. But the point is,
Continental.
Demetrius Gross does a fine job in this movie.
You made me snort.
All our jokes aside, he's doing a fine job. I just want to be the one to point that out.
Woo!
Yeah, he is.
Look,
Besides all the
playing
jokes,
Again, look how
he's
much
making
bigger
our guy
Ralph
look
is
real.
than George.
I know.
See, George on his own would not be big enough to be called a kaiju, I think. Ralph...
I mean, they're pretty similar.
They're big, yeah, but Ralph overall is bigger. But yeah, them together
Well, it's 'cause
equates
Ralph's
it.
longer.
Yeah, but he is overall larger. Look at that. Fuck you,
He's
helicopter.
just like playing. It's just like a dog playing
You
in the
fish.
streets.
But it's weird seeing the gorilla being smaller than the wolf, because usually, again, in all these movies, the gorilla is the big powerhouse.
No, puppers. Oh, run, puppers.
Look at that. That's awesome. Ooh.
Stick around.
Oh! Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
See, I love it too when they give kaiju like special attacks. Like, they're not just big. Again, I like that they have the cool super moves they have.
That he can fly.
He can fly. He has like
Glide,
the needles that he can
glide.
shoot. Yeah.
And bulletproof skin.
I want a screen that big in our house.
Right?
I want to watch this movie on a screen that big. I want to watch the version of the movie he's watching. I would be like, where were the evacuation? Not. Because you should have... Because you don't just evacuate a major metropolitan city just like that.
You'll tell the difference between a sub and something not
Yeah.
a sub.
I mean, I guess it's the size.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't the radar be like it's a metal or organic object at least?
I don't know. Well,
what's they're not
I think
detecting
they would
every
just
single.
pick up on the size. I don't know if they
Yeah.
would. There's something in
Something in the water.
I love this. It's interesting though, she went to the Everglades and she was a crocodile, not an alligator. I mean, they have North American crocodiles, but they're not very big and they're rare. So it's kind of funny they made her a crocodile, not an alligator, because the odds of her coming in contact with a crocodile versus an alligator in the Everglades are pretty slim.
She looks so cool though.
Yeah. But she was,
The
but she
weird
actually...
scales or whatever the fuck.
I know,
Just,
and she
like,
ate it
layered
too.
Spines.
I love that reaction.
But yeah, I like how she wasn't just
Well,
exposed.
shit.
She fucking ate the shit, so all of it seeped into her system. So she got the whole kit and caboodle.
It's like an armadillo gator.
Makes you think
Not
of
an armadillo, an ankylosaurus.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Makes you think of Anguirus a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But first I was like,
She's more effective already than Anguirus.
yeah.
Look at those tusks around his eyes.
I know. Dude, she's like, there's so many teeth.
Again, I look at her, I'm like,
Your
this is
ass.
kind of what Anguirus would look like in a modern movie. So now I kind of want to see them do Anguirus.
Right?
Oh.
But maybe he'd be more useful.
Poor David Busters.
And that's how the movie got funded. But
And this is the part where it's like, hey, look, they're destroying buildings like the game. Remember in the game?
Yeah, remember the game, guys?
remember that thing we're basing this movie off of?
It's fine.
Look at that. Damn.
Hey, have you guys not seen that wolf fucking just chomp every single low-flying helicopter? What are you guys doing?
Only I can. Quick. Give me low enough so I can punch them.
One punch!
Okay, right there, look at the
Yeah.
background. You see George is the one eating a human. That shot was meant to look exactly like the game, where scaling the side of the building, punching through, grabbing a human and eating them.
Yeah.
They said they wanted to keep in the background because George eats a human later on. That's meant to be like the big moment. But they said, yeah, they want to have just a little shot kind of leading up to it in the background. But that's supposed to be the most direct shot from the game, apparently. Where literally,
What are the
side of the
Moabs?
building, punch, grab,
What are
eat.
Moabs?
Huh? Moab.
Moabs.
That look. No. Silly.
What? What'd you say?
I said no, silly.
Oh.
It's clearly not the same people that stole the medvac helicopter. You don't know. I just want to watch you walk away.
Wow. We're going there, folks. You're welcome. Kind of high caliber entertainment you come to expect from us here at the KAIJU Commentary.
It's fine. It's fine.
White Man Air Force Base. Okay, I live there. The B-2 bomber. By the way, this is not White Man Air Force Base. That's not what it actually looks. This is out in California. They're shooting this. But yeah, my dad was in the Air Force. We were stationed there. This is in Missouri, and this is where they keep the B-2 bombers because they have to keep them in a secure place. So they literally have them in the middle of the country. That's why they're only there.
You tell us every time there's B-2 bombers in
movies.
you do.
But it's kind of significant because that was not White Man Air Force Base they were coming out of.
Thank you. Fact checker.
Well, no, it's just weird that it's like, yeah, I used to live on that base. I used to live about...
But not really, because it's not the real place.
Well, yeah, but where those planes were supposed to be taking off, I used to live 2 miles away.
It's cool.
I mean, not really, but just interesting.
What city are they in, by the way?
Chicago.
Okay, I kind of forgot, but now I vaguely remember it saying in the beginning.
Are you city racist, where you're like, all those cities they all look the same?
Yeah.
I mean, I hate all of them equally.
Right?
Except for Japan. I love Japan.
Yeah.
Or Tokyo specifically.
That's different.
I love Japan as a country, but I actually love Tokyo. The only city I would actually choose to live in. Like, I would rather live in Tokyo than not in Tokyo, as opposed to most cities where I'd be like, I'll visit them, but I'd rather not live in them.
Exactly.
Boom!
Oh, that's what Moab stands for?
Oh, is that how you open doors? I always just turn the knob. Silly me.
Including this iPad, that's a thermostat. The most high-class thermometer ever.
High class?
Yes.
That's a classy thermometer. That thermometer cleans up nice.
It's very classy looking.
I like his little dragon mini right there with the staff. It's pretty cool.
I'm wondering if it's a D&D mini and the director put it there.
It looks like one.
It's
a dragon with a staff.
Yeah.
Wow. Can't believe they do that.
It's all gone, but we have to find it. Yeah, like you would still be in the system.
Hey, they have to try.
She knows what she's doing.
Rock's like, wait, how'd you do that? Without, slamming something large into it.
Hey,
blowing my mind.
In this movie, The Rock is very sciencey, okay? He probably was going to tap it lightly with that stool.
Yeah.
He was just going to give it a little love tap.
Tap light for The Rock.
Hey, look, the keys are still in there.
See, why would they leave that behind? Unless they just hadn't gotten there yet.
Well, I think they just they're trying to bail. Between the FBI raid and, the giant monsters that are literally coming towards the building.
The tower, yeah.
Yeah. You have to cut and run. So, you're already kind of seeing an Easter egg that might give you guys a hint of what's going to come if you haven't seen the movie, but you're familiar with the old game. So,
The rat?
No. So in the old Rampage game, there was a. I think you got a level up from eating her. I don't remember, but there was a woman with a red dress.
Oh yeah, I kind of remember that.
Was she hot?
I mean, as much as like a little like
Pixel
game could be. I mean, she was fucking hot as any
she was
pixel
hot
I've
as
ever
shit,
seen.
right? She was smoking.
And I didn't even pick up on it until they talked about it. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Unless she was nice enough to shoot him in the gut.
That's one way to scrap. No, if you're apparently being shot in the stomach is like the worst thing you can do. Because you will die slowly and it will be incredibly
but
painful.
It's the Rock.
He's got, his stomach is like protected by like a
rock hard abs.
core.
Probably. He just flexes his abs and the bullet goes pa-ching!
It never actually penetrated him.
And blows back in her head.
Reflected.
You say reflected?
Yeah.
You mean deflected?
That's
Same
what
thing.
I meant.
There we go. Now it's... Okay, now, so right here, there we go. Rampage, the movie. Oh, the scaling the buildings. Oh, that was a good jump.
Lizzie, I'm just like, how? I know she's got those weird... How is this building still together?
She's got the spider
I know
fingers.
she's got like weird, but still, her weight, man.
Now, this is one cool thing you can do by having kaiju that aren't so massive. You can do something cool, I guess, where like scaling a building, where it's like Godzilla. If he tried to scale a building, the one that was bigger than him, he would go
He just
right
runs
through
into it.
Well, yeah, he would.
He doesn't go around. He just goes straight through.
Well,
it.
yeah, but
He would like go into the building and pull the top down if he was trying to get to the top.
yeah, well, yeah. But I'm just saying, but that's kind of the cool thing. If you're gonna go smaller with them, then they can do kind of cool shit like this.
Oh
yeah. That's face.
And that's when you poop yourself.
I would have just tripped his ass right there. I'd have been like, "Fuck you."
See, I guess that's my thing. Why were they trying to like bring them here?
Because initially they were trying to get samples. They're going to basically lure them in
Yeah, I forgot.
and have the military kill them and then collect the samples.
I would have turned it off at this point, though.
Oh.
Woo! He went flying. No bullet can stop me.
Apparently not.
Fuck it up, Ralph. No, that's not Ralph. I'm a terrible person. Fuck it up, George. I'm done.
The Rock's like, I will decide not to be shot.
I decide this is
I
not
have
going
just
to
won.
The Rock, this is D&D, and The Rock is using his legendary action to like decide not to be shot.
He's got 48 of those a day.
Yeah, right. He's got a mass cure wounds in there somewhere. Everyone who doesn't play D&D right now is probably like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
It's fine, it's fine.
Look it up!
Or don't. That's fine too.
Really?
He threw the helicopter pilot.
Listen,
So
Rock's like,
I'm
we've
like-
already established that I'm bulletproof. So... God, look how big he is now. Yeah, so this is supposed to be the power-up from like the original game. You get the girl in the red dress. And I had totally forgotten about this till they showed the clip from the old game. I was like, oh my god, I remember doing that. Got her.
And here's the one thing that bothered me. How did that one sample work? As you'll see in a second.
It works like the original one.
Well-
grows exponentially.
Well, think about it when you like
Science.
take it like a pill or something, or like a vaccine. It's
Yeah,
like
it goes through your bloodstream, but
I
he's a big ass gorilla, and that's a small ass needle.
it could be potent too. It depends how strong it is. It's like how just a little like cyanide tablet can kill you, for instance.
I love this part, by the way. It's the best.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
I wouldn't believe it. I was like, why would you believe me?
I
Why
know.
would you like? That's like, what's to stop him just shooting you? Like,
but I was dedicated to saving it. Here's my thing, though. How did he know this was going to happen?
Because...
I just saw it, like, crumble.
But...
You probably didn't think it was going to happen that fast, but it's like, yeah, literally the entire building is coming down outside around them.
It's pretty awesome, though.
I think I'm wondering too, and if in the second movie are they going to have other good monsters?
Probably.
Like that, the rat might actually be a good guy, like him. Like I think there's going to be some good ones teaming up with George, and like some bad ones. Because he's got that rat with him. I bet you that's going to be the rat, and like the rat.
I don't want a nice rat, dude. I want an evil rat. No one wants a nice rat.
That gnarly space rat.
I'm just saying, like I get the feeling we're going to have like the next movie's going to be the good monsters versus the bad monsters,
right? Or like a Chihuahua. Maybe a nice hedgehog.
I want like a weasel
or an echidna named Knuckles.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Could you imagine like a ferret or something?
That's what I'm saying, like a weasel.
Yeah, like wrapping itself around the building.
That'd be amazing. Or a snake.
Oh Jesus!
Big ass like python.
It would look like Dragon Wars then.
Wait, they're gonna fly that?
I mean.
See, here's my thing. It's a helicopter. There's probably some parachutes in there. You could have just taken up and jumped.
No parachutes.
Yeah, but
they're in the tail.
But at the same time, like your parachute, the building's coming down around you, it's going to clip those parachutes.
Okay, this is a lot cooler.
This is definitely a lot cooler.
Essentially, they're trying to encase themselves in armor when the thing goes down and have some kind of shield.
I think they're just trying to slow the fall.
Yeah. Well, that too. They're basically at this point trying to just shield themselves somewhat, so they're just not bare skinned falling. I don't think there was a bear in the Rampage game, but I want a giant bear.
Jesus, I know, right?
I mean, you've already killed off 2 of the 3 classics. Well, spoilers, folks. George lives. But so I think the next game... Yeah, but I think the next game, have some fun and just pick monsters, animals that are cool. Even if they weren't in any of the sequels.
Giant spider. Be terrifying as fuck, but...
And it's...
Think of how strong it'd be.
Well, yeah. Insects and arachnids, yeah. They're incredibly strong.
Or a fucking centipede.
Oh, God.
Spider. Ugh. I gave myself chills.
Brown recluse, wolf spider.
Oh, no. Oh, God, I'm getting chills. It's so gross. I hate it.
Love this. Look at that. And Lizzie's still trying. Lizzie looks like a giant, scaly version of one of our cats.
Yeah.
Tally.
She does.
Basically, the scales is like Tally's thick fur. Now I'm just picturing Tally as like one of these monsters.
No, I don't see it.
It's the slow moving, like lumbering.
Tally would just be like Gihara, just this wall of fur coming through the streets. That's creepy. It's creepy because I remember seeing the footage of 9/11 when it happened, and all the dust in the street. I'm like, that's literally what it looks like.
Creepy. It was so chaotic a second ago, and now it's just because all the monsters are like recovering right now.
Yeah,
it's just dead silent.
And they miraculously survived.
I love The Rock from here on out. It's the best.
The Rock from here is the 4th monster. He's the 4th kaiju from here on out. Like anybody else in a kaiju movie would not be here.
And then you have to keep reminding yourself, he got fucking shot in the stomach. Just...
Yeah, but it didn't go through because he's The Rock.
I know.
Basically broke the skin.
The bullet just, went into the skin. It's just chilling there.
It's like popping a zit, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, he's literally going to pop that zit later.
Oh,
he just flexes, the bullet comes out. But it's weird because in most movies, when there's like a kaiju attacking the city, the closest you'll see them is like in a building far away watching.
Yeah.
The Rock is in the middle of the fucking fight, helping out. That's only The Rock.
Yeah, but like the entire army hasn't been able to help out.
Yeah, exactly. But The Rock will.
The Rock is capable. But he's not trying to down them. He's doing his job. Like
he's trying to help.
Yeah.
And let's be fair, only The Rock could. Look how battle scarred George looks too. Like he is just, look at him. He's messed up. He looks so badass. He literally looks like he's been in war.
Yeah.
And that's like he's so filthy now, so he almost looks like a normal gorilla color.
But it shows it more now. You can see like how damaged he is. Where again, if you had just black fur and black skin, you wouldn't be able to
really tell as much.
And then, like, can you tell your friends to go away, George?
But here's the thing: even if they gave
George.
even if they gave the stuff to Lizzie, Lizzie's still a big crocodile.
Yeah.
So I don't think there'd be much
Well, that's-
difference for her.
well, that's the thing.
he's not.
George was
George is a
smart.
friend.
Yeah, I mean the wolf. It could probably. I think the wolf would probably just leave.
It'd be skittish and run off.
But
Probably.
Lizzie would probably still, because crocodiles are very reactionary. Like, they'll strike when they're stimulated. So I don't really think her being de-aggressified, or whatever you want to call it, would really make that... She might become more stationary rather than rampaging around. She might just kind of plop down. Or she'd probably go back in the river, honestly, and just do what big crocodiles do. Just kind of wait there.
Yeah,
wait
but they're like, I feel like a big crocodile like that, to find enough to eat for him, he would go after the people in the city. That'd be it. There would be nothing else like big enough to feed it.
Well, it could go back in the water, go out the open ocean.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a crocodile in the ocean?
Yeah. They travel. They can live out in the open. They don't stray far from land usually, but they've seen crocodiles out in the ocean.
Yeah, I guess he could eat some whales, but
She'd have to get there first.
but
Once
think
she
of
ran
all
out
the
food
buildings
here.
with all the juicy meat inside.
Yeah, but think of how much she would have to eat to sustain herself. That's like you're trying to get full off just jelly beans all day.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta eat some.
I guess.
Yeah, and the Rock's just like, yeah, I'll just stay here.
I know. Look at the Rock, like, bring it.
Like in between all fucking three of them. What the fuck?
Like even George is like, oh damn.
Not to mention, she'd smell so bad, man.
Yeah, really.
If I was the Rock, I would just, well, maybe not. I was gonna say, if I was gonna be there, I'd try to be like on the back of George's head or something, maybe.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
No,
Which
yeah,
that would
no,
be a
that's
bad
not a
idea.
good place to be either.
There's no good place for him to be.
No.
Really.
Everything about where he is right now is a bad place.
It's probably best to be a little small thing on the ground that can hide, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless you get crushed.
See, it's weird seeing the
At least there's
gorilla
a chance to hide.
being, just taken out. Like George is just, or Ralph is just owning George. Ralph's like, okay.
Words? What are words?
Yeah, maybe look behind you. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love the look on Ralph's face just before. He's like, oh!
I'm so sad though that he's.
I know.
It's just like that.
Well, it also shows you how
Big
powerful Lizzie is.
Yeah.
Like, she is just... Again, like I said, Lizzie is a full-on kaiju. Like, no halfway point about it. She is,
Thank God.
Like, I'm sorry, Davis and George? Like,
Yeah.
Davis is there helping the giant gorilla? Let's back that up. So, the giant
Fucking
gorilla
hell.
is being aided in its battle with the two giant monsters by Davis.
Have you seen The Rock?
Apparently. I'm just... Look at him! Look at him! Look at him!
Look at that motherfucker.
He is
He's
right
got
there.
This.
Yes, George, you run away.
Got this, George.
I'll soldier off. Like, what?
I know. What the fuck?
Yelling to the giant kaiju gorilla, quick, run. I'll hold off the giant fucking crocodile.
Have you seen
I
The
got
Rock?
the...
Have you looked at his pecs?
I'm just saying,
I
like...
love that she's underneath.
I know. I just love that. I got this, George. I'll handle this. Damn.
Yeah, the lizard's probably just like, oh, a human wants to play.
It's like
Damn.
chasing a little fishy.
I love the cinematography. I love the look of this movie. This movie feels very gritty, very raw. It feels very dirty. Like nothing. I like that this movie doesn't feel polished. Jesus Christ! I see. That's a good shot.
This is why you don't fight kaijus.
To be fair, he's lasted a lot longer than I thought he would.
I know.
Oh.
Oh God.
Again, I love how this is a fucking brawl. This is how kaiju fights are meant to be.
Yeehaw.
Just brutal as shit.
And usually one-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually one monster is kind of...
Way bigger than the other. More well-equipped.
Moabs.
Why wouldn't they just have that up anyways?
Well, you know.
They're about to bomb it. They don't want to look at it.
Look at this.
What is that little man doing?
Look at him. Again, I love how brutal this movie is. And because they can heal so fast, they can take moves that would normally be like finishing moves are just moves.
Well,
they can be stabbed and impaled.
Except for Ralph.
Well, Ralph got his head bitten off. Like
he just grows a new head.
Oh no.
But he has 2 instead of 1 now.
Oh my god, that would have been awesome. That would have been fucking cool.
2-headed wolf.
2-headed flying wolf with spikes. Shit, yeah. Oh my god.
The sequel.
Lizzie's mouth just looks like a nightmare.
Yeah. And I love this because you're like, oh.
If I had a gun in my hand and I saw Lizzie's mouth coming at me, I would shoot myself in the head.
Yeah.
I'd rather die that way than
I'd
go...
shoot myself twice.
Well, The Rock would have to because he's The Rock. So there's no chance the bullets would work on him. I'm pretty sure The Rock could have handled it. Whoop! Oh.
Ow.
I love how he was like, oh! Oh, God. Yeah, I hope they do a sequel for this movie. I don't care if you guys thought the movie was dumb. This fight is fucking cool.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
and
it is entertaining.
And I don't care if it's dumb. Like, this fight is so fucking cool. I want more of it. I want more of this with more monsters.
It's over the top, but in a good way.
That's what a kaiju movie's supposed to be, man.
They're always over the top. It's
good.
Just,
that's what I mean.
I like the way they did it, though.
Yeah.
My only complaint...
They're trying to be realistic as much as they can, which is my favorite part about this movie.
When you get to this part of the movie where it's completely unrealistic, it's fine. They've earned this.
It. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's like, okay, shit goes bananas.
I mean, it can be only realistic to a point.
Yeah.
It's
to the point where the monsters get this big, then it's like, alright. We checked off the boxes we needed to, now let's...
They've got like all the science in there.
Yeah,
The hardcore military people in their base and everything.
Yep. Now it's like eat some popcorn and have a good time,
now
folks.
It's the fight.
If you came here for a movie on like biogenetic and engineering, you came to the wrong thing. Now, if you came for this, you're incredibly satisfied. Right here, this is what I came for. This is what I paid money for.
I love that one of her tusks got ripped off, by the way.
This is what I want.
I love that.
Like this, right here. All this. Ooh. This is what I gave the nice lady at the ticket counter my money for.
Right? Let's be real. We don't buy movie tickets in person anymore.
Yeah, I know, but you get the metaphor. This is what I put my credit card online on the internet for.
Oh, that
look at this.
Fucking cool.
I know. This movie's dumb. Fuck you. That's what my response to that is.
So for scale, I know you're always asking just to get on a D&D tangent here. You're always asking about the size of gargantuan dragons. This is kind of what I picture.
That's what I was thinking too. So this would be like an ancient red dragon right here, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Or any ancient.
Yeah. Look at that.
That's
look
what
at that.
I picture.
Holy shit. God damn. Oh my god, that is awesome. Oh. Poor Rob. Look at him.
Not awesome for him.
Yeah, even he's like, alright, I've reached. Look at this.
Woo!
Love it.
And I love that it's the fucking spike that went through
him.
Oh.
Fatality.
He looks up at it.
Right in the eyeball.
Again, I was like, this is PG-13?
I know.
I was like, holy shit. It's funny the way they killed... spoilers here for a book called Relic, folks, but this is how they killed Umboon in the Relic book, because it had basically like armor plating. Mm-hmm. They couldn't shoot it, and finally they got a lucky shot. They aimed for the eye and got it in the brain, because they said that was literally the only part of it that wasn't armored.
Yeah.
Because everything else, it was like shooting at a tank. Oh, that was badass. This movie's fucking badass.
Yeah. Yeah, you will.
He smiled.
That's because he can have his sexcapade now.
Stop.
He's like, it's over. Back to
that
business.
Part of the movie so hard.
Oh.
Yeah, he is fucked up.
And I like that.
Like, look at the fucking shit in his stomach and shit. Like,
but it took him fighting another kaiju to get this bad. You know what I mean? Like, to hurt a kaiju to this level, you have to. It takes another kaiju.
Yeah, they just like heal it all up, or it doesn't even hurt them.
It's like George's fur and The Rock's shirt are like metaphors together.
I know. I was
like
thinking. It was like, yeah, they put him in white too.
They just progressively got bloodier and filthier. Originally, they were going to put The Rock in a black shirt, but then when they did like the first screen test, they saw that it didn't work, so they got to go back digitally and redesign the shirt to be white. Right here, I was very concerned because I was like, God, I hope he doesn't break George's fist when he fist bumps him. It's like, careful! He's fist bumping The Rock. Make sure he doesn't hurt the giant gorilla.
The Rock just picks him up and like flips him over his shoulders. I got you, buddy.
That's just right. Again, I love the idea of using actors to do motion capture for performance capture for kaiju films because it kind of it's an honor in a way of like the tokusatsu actors who had to don these big heavy suits. And one of the things people said that
do they still mocap as these like the big guys?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're all mocap. But one of the things people said, going CGI now in these new movies, you're going to lose that human element, these guys in suits. And motion capture is like to me like the evolution of that. It's CGI, but you're still getting an actor's performance. And weirdly enough, you're actually getting more of the actor's performance now because now even their face, whereas before they had to really perform inside the suit. And what a lot of these actors used to say too is that in the suit they would make the face.
Yeah.
They know that no one would see that. They would help them and get into the character. But now when the actor does it, even that comes out. Like
even in prosthetics, it's the same way though. You can still act, but it's always going to be masked somewhat. Whereas obviously with this,
I mean, light prosthetics, but if you're wearing a big, heavy,
that's what I mean.
But here, it's the spirit of that kind of performance in these older films, kind of brought into like the modern age. But there's still an actor there bringing this character to life. It's not just, you know, I mean, so I know some movies they still do key frame animation, and that's fine. But I don't know. I like that. I like that you kind of see there's still a human playing the monster, and I think that's really, really cool.
Considering what happened here, by the way, the fact that this many people survived.
Yeah. That's the difference between PG-13 and rated R. If this rated R, there'd be just bodies just smushed.
There'd just be red mist.
There'd be streaks all over the place. But PG-13, we get survivors.
This is so funny. Little shithead.
Yeah, he can heal, so for him, he's probably fine.
Oh my god. I forgot about the sixth part.
I love that he's just a big bro.
Yeah.
Although it begs the question, what the fuck can you do with a giant fucking crocodile behind you? That's going to be a lot of belts.
I like how he didn't draw his fancy pistol once, by the way.
And do what with it? Shoot himself in the head when he realized he was going to die a horrible death? Luckily, it didn't come to that.
And I love the end of this. You know, I'm glad he lived, but I'm like, how are you going to feed him? Where is he going to poop? God.
I love that you're concerned.
I love that
he's
helping people.
Poop? I
Oh, that person agreed to get on there, by the way. I would have been like, no.
I know, right? Like, I would rather jump. No, it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I had a lot of fun with this movie. Is it the most intelligent, highbrow movie ever? Nope. Is it the most intelligent kaiju movie ever made? Absolutely not. Was it everything I wanted to be? You damn right it was. So
you damn right.
You damn right. So I don't know. I love this movie. I recommend this movie highly. It's a great kaiju flick.
I'm hoping for a sequel.
Yeah. Second they announce a sequel, I'm getting my ticket, man. I'm lined up for that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening as always.
Joe Manganiello or whatever his name is just pop back in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just dye his hair. He'll be a different guy. I'm the guy from the first movie.
Or he's the same
brother.
guy, but like I lived
him.
through that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
The
fine.
wolf shat him out. He's fine.
Yeah, he went all the way through
He
that.
got puked up.
Yeah. He had a high constitution. I don't know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace!
Bye-bye.